Hi guys, I got some posts from Italy today.
Scruffy Crow.
So yeah, these arrived today. It's from Mirlton. They're an Italian company, and they appear to have picked up quite a lot of the Grenadier line after they went out of business. I don't know the exact history. So I picked up a few bits and pieces. The reason why I was looking at these guys was partly for this guy here. But I bought a few extra bits and pieces to make the postage worthwhile. Now this is a Mark Copplestone dwarf for their Fantasy Warriors range. So here he is, Grenadier, 1992. So a fairly old sculpt. And the reason why I wanted to pick this guy up is because I have actually bought for Oathmark a whole army of the old Fantasy Warrior EM4 plastic dwarves, which I found out, quite luckily, that match really well with the Oathmark metals. Which I later found out was because they were both sculpted by Mark Copplestone. So these are very good fits together, right down to the shapes of the lines on their helmet. And if we now look at the Grenadier one, you'll see again the lines on the helmet, and just the whole sculpting style, scale, the whole thing fits really well. So yeah, I really wanted this guy just to sort of complete my collection. I think he's the only dwarf on the Mirlton website that was actually sculpted by Mark Copplestone. But he's not the only dwarf I picked up. I also picked this guy up. He is a little wizard. Little book under his arm, it looks like, and little staff. Now, I'm wondering if he's actually a little bit small. So here is the Oathmark wizard. Yeah, so next to him he's a little guy, but I suppose you expect some variation in size. I believe this guy was a Nick Lund sculpt. Let's see if it says anything in there. Grenadier 87 maybe. So I was 1. But yeah, he's quite a nice little sculpt, and slightly different style. But I think he's definitely going to work. Other bits I picked up with this owlbear. Just because I don't have an owlbear miniature, and this guy looked pretty cool. I've seen this for sale on eBay, probably the original Grenadier one. I kind of liked the look of it before. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We have this halfling. Now, I don't have the rest of my halflings to hand, but I'm hoping this guy scales pretty well. He looks like he should. I just like the sculpt. I have a few different halflings from a whole bunch of different manufacturers, and I've got a little bit of an idea about how I'm going to use them for Oathmark. I also picked up this Demi Gorgon, as made famous by Stranger Things. This is the model they use in the first series of that, and the Demi Gorgon from D&D that gives the monster its name. This is how I discovered Mirlton, actually, because I found out that model was still available. Despite the fact that it is a 1984 model Grenadier. And I thought, I really fancy one of those. But I couldn't justify the postage because I've got no use for him. Just wanted him for novelty's sake. But I thought, as soon as I'm putting an order anyway for my dwarf I desperately wanted, that was a good opportunity for me to pick one up. He's a little bit bigger than I expected. Here he is next to a sort of standard size human miniature. And he is, yeah, pretty big. Pretty cool. I'm really happy with that. I can't wait to get some paint on this guy, actually. And he's quite a flat model, but I wonder if you can sort of add a bit more depth to it by a bit of bending. I'll have a bit of an experiment with that. But yeah, cool. Last but not least is these Orcs. If anyone watches my channel regularly, you'll know that I'm being joined in my sort of EM4 Oathmark journey with Jonny from Jonny Watson Gaming. Link will be in the description. And he is running a whole army of the EM4 Orcs. and he sent me a box full to do some conversions on, which I've been working on, and there'll be a video on in the next few days. But this is their plastic dwarves, and these are the models from the same sort of basic range, the Fantasy Warriors range from Grenadier. So unsurprisingly, I think these are going to fit in his army really well. Very similar sculpting style, face shapes, just a similar style of orc there. So these are Jonny's. So when I send him back the conversions that I've done for him, these will go back with them. I can't wait to see what he does with them. So coincidentally, these also arrived today. These are 2 rat scum, sort of Skaven-esque miniatures. And I've had these on my eye on these for a little while, because they're some of the nicer sort of rat-looking miniatures out there. But I didn't get these from Mirlton, despite the fact they do sell them. I can't make out what the manufacturer name is there. Maybe I should have had a better look before I did the filing. Either way, these guys were sold as a sort of multi-pack on the Mirlton site, and I kind of fancied them. But I found a guy selling them on eBay individually for a pretty reasonable price. So I just picked these up off eBay. But if you like the look of those, yeah, they're also on the Mirlton. So all in all, I'm really happy with these guys. They're really nice casts, especially for sort of more old hammer style miniatures. They've come out really nicely. They're going to take pretty minimal cleaning up, nice and crisp as well. I'll definitely order from these guys again if there's anything else I like the look of, because the postage was quick despite the fact they came from Italy. So they were packed nicely. It was nice to have a blister pack. It's quite a satisfying thing. So yeah, great all around. So what do you guys think? Are you thinking of picking anything up from Mirlton? Did you know that they picked up a lot of the old Grenadier range? And did you know that they picked up the corresponding sort of orcs and dwarves to these old Fantasy Warriors EM4 plastics? They even sell these same plastics, but for a lot more expensive than EM4. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see what I do with these guys. A few of these guys will definitely be joining my Oathmark army. So yeah, subscribe and see what happens there. That'll be the next few videos. And as ever, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.